my friends. My name is Tara. Welcome to the Daily Nail. My son's asleep on the couch, like 10 feet away from me, like kind of making noises, trying to wake him up, but it's so far no luck. All right, so what I have on the TV right now, it's that guy Paul, whose show on YouTube is called Reporting Live from My Sofa. And the title of this video is Lori Daybell Sentencing. Still paints herself to be a victim. So that's what we're going to listen to right now. It's like a... Let me see how long this video is.
So anyways, guess what?
Is it really? Wow, it's an hour and 16 minutes. I'm surprised. Usually his videos are like maybe a half hour long. I'm going to pull up the live. I am not prepped and I'm still late. I'm going to pop off this hand today. I lost my bow yesterday, but amazingly, both the hearts are still on.
I'm still floored. Okay, I'm still absolutely.
I don't know where it went, either the bow. Otherwise, I would have glued it back.
Some of the impact statements, some of the
all right, let's see.
This is a sentencing that I highly implore you to go watch.
There we
whether
go.
you follow the case from the beginning or whether you dabble in
Turn down the volume.
True crime content or whatever, because this has gone on for so long. It had so many different victims, so many different levels of victimization. And the survivors, the victims.
There we go. All right, so I'm just going to get going on popping these nails off. This is a fairy glamour mani. I did it for One Color Wednesday. Super pretty glitter. And on my right hand is the mani I did yesterday. I was originally going to do a whole week of pink nails. But tomorrow's Together We Mani. And I just found that out yesterday, so, or I think it was either yesterday or the day before. And I want to participate in that. So we're ending our week of pink nails early. So the theme this month of, hi Tara, good morning. The theme this month of Together We Mani is Resting Beach Face. So this nail is like almost all the way off. I think I gotta take, yeah. There was a lot of lifting on that. That came off nice. Instead of a good night's sleep, Tammy was brutally executed. So I'm listening to that guy Paul, who does the show Reporting Live from My Sofa. And he's talking about Lori Vallow sentencing, how she still paints herself as a victim. So he's talking about that. He's going through like what people said at the sentencing and kind of commenting on it and stuff.
Them just calling Lori out for what she is, and she just has to sit there. And I'm sure she was going blah 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 blah.
If you saw the sentencing and saw what she said.
Lori wants, she gets type thing.
Like she didn't take any responsibility.
Presented that no matter how much Lori tries to gaslight her religious stuff and all that onto this, there's a core basis here. But also another thing, I wanted to put this up here to hear some of the moments of Tammy, is because of the things that Lori will say about Tammy and her speech or whatever you call it, her addressing the court, that I was just like, are you kidding me? Because this right here, what we just heard, this is the real Lori.
How are you doing today, Tara?
Right? So when she comes,
I've been feeling pretty good the last couple of days, so I'm psyched.
Like, what? I mean, how are we gonna ride here, right? So
I mean, that was like a point I didn't even want to do the live, you know what I mean? And I didn't seriously consider it, but I thought about like just stopping it all together. I mean, obviously I'm not going to do it forever, you know.
These type of things. These are the heavy moments. These are what make this. I mean, it gives me goosebumps.
But it still brings me a lot of joy, and
any of the victims in this case, right, Charles?
It's one of the best parts of my life, you know, nails. And
things that they're gonna miss because at the end of the day, while Lori sits over at her little table smirking,
doing the live and hanging out with you guys,
this
you
is the
know. But
reality.
there's also benefits now that I didn't have at the beginning of when I started doing my live because I wasn't very good. I was dipping for a year, I think, when I started it, you know. But now, I mean, because I'm live, I get certain benefits that other people don't get because I have a platform. You know what I mean.
Your mother, all the different things that each of these victims, you know, were to do.
And I don't think I want to give that up.
Wondering, you know, what would JJ and Tylee be like later? What would Tammy have, you know, been like to have met all of her children? You know, the future moments.
Oh, you're tired.
All this type of stuff, right?
Well, you usually only sleep like 4 hours a night, don't you?
Include that for that reason.
The next victim will be Kay Woodcock.
I don't know why I remember that, but I do.
Yeah, as you heard,
Because
Kay Woodcock is now going to speak.
I sleep
And, you know,
at
my
least
friends
10 hours a
already
night.
got up there and said their piece because I don't think I would like to think that I could do it if I had
The
to.
weirdest
But it
noises.
takes a huge amount of bravery and like strength to be able to get up there and do this, you know, because
I think
this is
it's the
so
nail glue
emotional.
gel.
I feel like if it was me, I would be so overflooded with emotion that I would have like a moment. And what I mean by a moment is I don't really know, like I would pass out something, right? So my hat is off to them. So let's listen to some of the highlights of what Kay had to say.
Appreciation and thanks can never be expressed in a way that will adequately or effectively convey our gratitude. Today marks 1,481 days that have been filled with terror. One was the day my brother Charles was murdered.
Now, I wanted to include this here for those of you who might not have watched the entire thing.
I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to the pinky. It needs it.
She's like, these will become, you're going to understand it in a minute. And so this is, you heard her 1,084 days or whatever number she just said back. So
all right, let me grab a tip.
It was so poetic.
I did this pinky yesterday. I haven't put a new one on it. No, I'm putting a new one on the other hand.
Feeling it, right? So poetic, so powerful, so well thought out, and it had so much emphasis.
No, I know. I know. I feel like part of my social media identity is like with the Daily Nail too. You know, that's another thing.
A user of the weak-minded, a lazy, good-for-nothing, spineless man that rode his wife's coattails of success.
I mean, sing it loud, sing it proud, girl. Okay.
Ooh, there's some Joe in here. I want to get it
out. Did she not nail Chad to a T? Right. I mean, this is Chad, right? Now, if you read any of his books, or especially the one where he talks about his life as a Sexton, the dude who does the cemetery stuff, we read it here on the channel a long time ago.
I might have to use an e-file to get it out.
Literally, just summed him up, right? You can get that from that book right there, but we also see it from here. He was a spineless twerp, okay? And I'm, you know,
I gotta use the e-file anyway, so let's do that. Actually, let me put some primer in the tip real quick.
He was just using everyone. And that's the thing that's frustrated me so much with this case is the fact that all of this is going on, and the evidence speaks to this very obvious thing. Money motivation.
Cramped your foot.
Chad being this way.
Oh my god, an hour to work it out? Ew.
Smirks and like this religious narcissism or something. Right?
What was it on the bottom?
Better than thou,
I get cramps in my legs a lot in the middle of the night. Like in the back of my calf, you know. Like especially if I straighten my leg out. That's when the cramp will come.
Oh my god. Because the reality is,
that
is the reality. That is Chad.
Let me find like a small barrel bit.
And greed. The greed for and desire for a $1 million life insurance policy. She should have answered my calls. She should have spoken to me. I would have given her the money. She could have let JJ and Tylee live and had $1 million. She could have been.
See if I can get this out. Not at 3,000. Turn it up a little.
Sing it loud, sing it
Come
proud.
on.
And that's the thing that's also frustrating about this is just what she said. She's like, I would have given you the money. I would have given you the money, right? You could have gone and taken your $1 million because that's apparently was the price tag that was worth a lot of people's lives in her, and probably less than that, right? For Lori to take out on her Russian
Maybe I
blonde,
should
right?
use something sharper.
You could have gone and done all this stuff. It's so excruciating, but no, she couldn't do that because I also do believe she was getting back at others in Kate in a certain way, right? Like in Lori's a little bit different way. Now, of course, she would never, and I mean, Lori would never admit to that, right? She didn't admit to anything so far. But when she's like, you would have been free to go and be his little mistress with your blood money, I mean, that's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. I'm so glad that she called her out. I wish I could have been in the courtroom to hear Kate reading this and to just have seen Lori, right? Like her reaction, because in my mind, I'm like, she was probably off in La La Land, but making mental note of all this at the same time, because she might act like, oh, I've done this and I'm this spiritual, this and that. But no. She pays attention to this. She files it away in her little bitter, file folder, wherever it might lie in her.
Not only was JJ smart, but he was also funny, content, healthy, compassionate, and an empathetic child. JJ didn't show his empathy and compassion with hugs and kisses. In fact, you had to chase him down for those. But instead, with his gentle touch and speaking in
Phone
soft
just
tones,
fell.
he would constantly say, hey, if he didn't see or see they were hurt.
And I wanted to include this clip just to hear a little bit about JJ coming from Kay. We've heard this all along. We've gotten to know the family, the Jonathan children, everyone
Grab out
through
some
the voices of the
nippers.
survivors who are speaking for them, who are now their voices, right? And it's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my computer right here, so I haven't said that, but my computer is right here. That's why I keep looking this way and talking, because I'm just looking at the footage and whatnot. It's so heartbreaking, though, to just, hear these descriptions of these wonderful people and what they had to offer and what will be missed. And when you get to the children who never had a chance to experience so many first, they were never given that chance. It was stolen from them at such a young age, and in such a horrifyingly brutal way.
Lori's acts of depravity, cruelty.
Oh, I want to show you guys too. I just got some Hypnotic nail mail and I can show it off now.
Next,
So it has none of it's released yet, but I can tease them. August is the 3-year anniversary of Hypnotic Nails being in business. Plus, like on a personal note, it's like Melanie's month of her wedding anniversary. So
grimy. This woman is pure.
So let me get my tip on, get my peel base on, and then I'll show you. Oh, I get that. I didn't even get it all out. And then I'll show you guys the new Hypnotic stuff.
She did, because I'm a little bit of a mess over here right now, right? And this is just like going back through
Is Britt
stuff.
here?
I mean, it just
She loves
chills
Hypnotic.
all over me. And then just the realization around
Hi,
it,
Mallory.
like, God knows. No one.
You're in the.
Her and Larry
Hey,
and all the
I
other
kind of
survivors
like the
wanted to
Jonas
do
Brothers.
it.
I like a couple of their songs.
Who did-
I like
nobody
that
says
song that was
Sing
really
Loud,
popular. I
Sing
can't think of it right now.
but it's just this.
You know it,
sheer
Mallory. Tell me the name of it.
depths of pain and hurt and trauma that Lori and Chad have caused you.
It was a really popular song. I liked it. So you're going to see the Jonas Brothers? I gotta fix a tip here, so I'm doing that right now real quick. And then I'm gonna show off some new Hypnotic colors that we'll be releasing. And I'm gonna do my Manny for tomorrow's Together We Manny collab. The theme is Resting Beach Face. So if you have any beach manis, beachy manis, Mallory, that you're gonna post tomorrow, use the hashtag Together We Manny, Oh, you got the tickets?
Again, there is no rehabilitation for this, right? You don't come back.
All right, what's the name of that song, you
And,
guys?
you know,
Come
for her
on.
to- and for Kay to sit here and read this out, like, look, you know what?
It's
She's
like a
gonna make
one-word
this, because
name,
it's all like salt in
title.
the wound, at least from my viewpoint of watching this play out. You know,
Oh,
all the way from that
I'm a
first
sucker for
smug
sucker.
smirk that Lori
I like that song.
this was all
And I think Joe Jonas grew up into a pretty hot guy. I feel weird saying that because I'm so much older, but he's a
So
cutie.
disgusting. And then to not participate in any of this and just kind of like wipe it
Jinx,
away,
Mallory.
which I personally think is a way that Lori tries to, in her world, retain control maybe over this. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or lawyer in the fancy stuff. So this is just kind of argue it. There might be like
Can't wait to show you guys. I'll give you a little sneak peek before we open them.
But it's just how
I'm not going to swatch them right now because we got a manual to do. But
Lori Cox Daybell is a
all right, this is the Emily Solid Nail Glue Gel.
again, she just calls it like we see it. Yeah, because that's one thing that we just as a community, the true crime community, whatever, has commented on.
Just kind of reaching in with my fingernail here. I'm gonna grab a little out. It's a pinky nail, so I think I have more than I need here.
Get what she wants, I think.
I do.
Because from what I've seen too with Chad,
Supposed to touch it, but I've touched it a couple times and nothing bad happened.
Yeah, this is his goddess. And I think Lori knew how to play.
Oh, and also the poly gel they're sending me is HEMA-free too. So, yay.
Now, also, if you look at and go back and you've watched, your mental
Okay.
whatever index,
This has a decent amount in there. It might be too much. I'll show you guys. It's hard to see, but
she very quickly
I
knows
put it
how to
up
change
like
gears and go
that.
into that.
Can you
Right?
see
It doesn't just
how
have to
much
be
is in
male.
there?
She knows how to pander to another female. She knows how to pander to the men. It's what she does. It just seems to be second nature to her.
And finally, the number one for the defendant, the person that will never matter again once we walk out the door.
Yeah, I have some excess coming out.
The cake goodness. As kids might say, she ate and left no crumbs with this one. Okay. I love that because it's so true, right? Because so many times we see in these cases, think Daryl Brooks, think Scott Nelson, these people who make this mockery in the courtroom, right? Now, Lori's done it, but not in that same type Daryl Brooksy type way, right? Because she really hasn't said anything, but it's just been like this facial expressions, lack of concern, this type thing, not wanting to be in the courtroom to look at the pictures when they're put up, this type of stuff.
All right.
So the charade that they're put on, and I can guarantee you Lori loves this attention. I mean, we've seen her all dolled up with her hair and whatnot, right? You're coming and going to court and being in court and whatnot. So she loves this attention. But she will go into
it looks
the only thing now
good.
Never or whatever you want to call it. She's going to go
Right
into the
there, I'm
front
gonna
realm.
cure it for a minute.
I don't want to say move on because there's victims in this that life doesn't move on for the families in them.
It's a
But the
concert,
spotlight
5
of
albums,
Lori
one night.
will dissipate, move on. People will move on from that, right? Now we're still going to see
3-hour
other
concert should be
pieces
fun.
and
Yeah.
whatnot, but
When is it,
justice
Mallory?
served in these cases
Who you
like
going with?
as best as it possibly could, at least. And so that's it, right? People heal.
You taking me?
Back to their life the best they can, right? I mean, how in whatever way that might look like for each person. There's some pieces that pick up from something that's
So
right?
I'm gonna use
But I
Luxie
absolutely
nail
love
dips for the
that
beach
that's
manny,
something
and then I have like some
But this is
seashells
Lori
and
right? I mean,
starfish in here.
And so to go into the realm of forgottenness is probably
And then I do have stamping plates with individual different summer images we could possibly use. I pulled out, it's a teal, it's called Aquaholic, it's a flaky, but I couldn't get it off the swatch ring because of where it is. So this is my teal, it's called Aquaholic, super gorgeous. And then for my sand color, I'm going to use a custom that I had Heather make me at Christmas time called First Class. It's like a champagne gold. I actually have a dip called Rose from Luxie now, which looks like sand, like really like sand. But I've used it before in a beach mani, and I mean, this is my it's a custom. It is available though, first class, for sale. So I'm gonna use that as my sand. I don't really have a mani design plan thought out yet though. I'm figuring I'll do a couple nails solid blue. I'll definitely do a couple nails, or at least one, but I'm thinking, like two, like ombre style, so the sand at the bottom and the water up higher. Oh, I also took out the wave stickers. Where the heck did they go? Oh, right here. It's like beach foam or whatever, so we can use that. So we got stuff to use, we'll figure out something cute.
Get this national huge coverage, but the loss is still the same. It's still just as powerful. So I thought these were beautiful words and sentiments that he had included in on his statement.
This has affected me personally
right
more
here.
than I could ever possibly put into words. I've lost my entire family in life. I lost the opportunity to share life with the people I love the most. I've watched everything crumble and be shredded to pieces.
And this is what I'm talking about. This type thing here.
She's reading Cody's letter right now from court. It's a re-thing. This guy's watching Lori's sentencing and commenting on it. This guy reporting live from my sofa. Patty said she was going to try and make it, so I hope she does, so we can check in. Last I knew, they're still waiting for him to be transported to that other hospital, Shands, you guys. I'm like, well, obviously it's not a priority.
At some point,
Patty should maybe call the ambulance company herself.
I don't doubt that, okay? I'm sure she probably was, although I have a hard time imagining it. Right?
Or call the other hospital and find out what the holdup is, maybe.
And so whatever happened along the way, whatever just unlocked this part of Lori, that became this monster that's been lying in wait or whatever, and this monster destroyed every facet of the family, some literally with taking the lives, and others, just destroying lives down to this point of, your own son.
Shape looks good.
Or writing them down at least, whatever, what I mean?
I just want to put gel top coat on this nail.
Now let's switch gears here for a minute.
Oh, you going with Steve, November 20th? I know, right? And what worries me is because he's elderly, you know what I mean? They go in for surgeries. A lot of them don't ever come out. He went in because he had surgery last week, and then because he had to be intubated, he got an infection in his neck. So bad that Patty told me he was crying, and she's only ever seen him cry twice, So they're giving him Dilaudid and morphine or whatever, or Oxycontin for the pain. So they're like helping the pain, I guess. But in the meantime, he needs another surgery now to I don't know, because of the infection in his neck. I don't know why, but obviously the infection, yeah, I know you sign like risk papers, so you can't really blame the hospital for that. But how they're responding to it, they've done nothing. So Patty wants him transferred to another hospital, and now she's been waiting for 2 days for that. In the meantime, her dad's suffering.
That's literally the look on my face. I was like, what?
Right? Yeah, her poor dad. As soon as this is done, I'll put my peel base on and then show you guys all the new Dipnotic colors.
No, please tell me we're not getting ready to get on this path.
And these dips are releasing on August 5th, which is Saturday at 10:30 in the morning. She sent these little sticks. I'm not sure what they are, though. They look like cuticle sticks, but the tips have like something white on them, like a Q-tip, but it's not soft and fuzzy. I don't know. We'll have to check them out. It's get our peel base on. This is Black Dahlia Lacquer's peel base.
Martin Luther King Jr.
It's not the right season, but the scent is balsam fir.
Only love can do that.
Okay. Now on this one right here, and this is just how I personally felt, right? So when I was listening to this, I was like, I feel like I'm being chastised. I feel like I'm being lectured to.
Are you
Take
guys
this
all
temperature
doing
over.
Together We Manny tomorrow?
No. It almost felt like Lori wrote this for him, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, like this, like taking the high road, like, let's not combat this with peace and love. Martin Luther King even said this over here. And I'm like, oh, no, absolutely not. The whole time I was like, if I was in that courtroom, I would have just been like looking at some of the survivors and been like,
Okay.
what are they thinking? Yeah, because I was like, this is like salt in the wound. Now if nobody else got that from it, okay, cool, right?
To clean the infection out, Tara. That's why you think they're doing it.
But I was just like,
I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me if they are. I'll show you them.
To what Lori had to say.
Oh,
okay?
so you're not gonna do it?
Took the cake.
I didn't have one planned either.
Lori, if she could speak to each one of those people who have been hurt by this case or been affected by this
All
case,
right, let's check them out.
her message would be one of love. Her motto is, love is the key.
That part right there had me almost punching through the television.
All right, let's check out these sticks. It doesn't say what they are in the note, the card that she
This
sent.
is not her message, right? She just doubled down on everything. We've never heard her say a genuine "I'm sorry," and this is even to her own family members, right? Before you even
It is soft.
Of course, we're never going to hear her say that to Kay or anyone like that. Lori's not capable of that, right?
What do you think this is, you guys?
But like Lori's message is, love is the love and all that. And I'm like,
It is soft.
Honestly, I wonder if she made him say this. The more I think about it, I'm like, it literally sounds like something that she wrote.
Like,
from third person, I could completely see her doing that. I'd be like, no,
velvety or something.
I want you to read it. It. Oh my gosh! It literally just paralyzes me with anger.
Oh, what are you saying, Mallory? You moved to fall mayonnaise?
I just could not believe what I was hearing for this. So let's listen to a couple more clips of it, and then we'll get to what she had to say.
A Woodcock sang her praises today.
That's what this is, but what is she sending them to us for?
Allowed JJ Kanan to be
It's so
adopted
tiny, too.
by Lorian and Charles.
Again, this is a lesson, and less is more.
All right, let's look at the dip. So this is a new one. They're all neons. These are new neons. This is called Radioactive. Mel is not ready for summer to be over yet. I don't know if these glow. Let's see if they do. It'd be awesome if they do.
And so forth, and so that's, I understand that. This is less is more. You're throwing yourself at the
Oh, all right. So what? How could they be used for nails? Do you know?
They obviously are going to ask.
Oh, cuticle cleanup.
Trying to, help the client out. Whatever. We'll get into that in a minute. But sitting here and just doing anything at all to be like, well, one of the victims said this.
All right, these are not.
Just like, no,
They're not glows.
Don't do that.
I
absolutely
know they're black light reactive, but they are not glows. Okay, so we got radioactive. Oh, look at this pink one. It's called Talk to the Hand. Ooh, so bright. I love it. Total watermelon vibes with those two. Then we got, I'll save that one. All That, which is a teal.
It's a win for all
Look at that teal, a bright teal.
This is one part.
I don't have a dip like that. Most of my teals, lean into greens or blues, but not like bright like that in that darker shade. Then, oh snap,
for that side of the fence,
which is almost like a yellow orange.
What she ended up getting, we saved your life. You know what I mean? But again, hearing the context.
Who just said something? I saw that
regardless of
comment.
what you believe when it comes down to death.
No,
like this,
hold on.
right? just taking all that
Live
aside,
chat. But who is it?
because I know it can go down that path of like
Anyone
that,
used
just
nails
taking
in
all
a
that aside.
coffin before? I have,
Because
but I
I'm not
never
willing to
would
go
again.
defense
First
about
off, she like
the
straight up
value
steals
of,
from people.
oh, this is a win for
But
our
she
community.
also did Kendra and me pretty dirty when she was starting out.
True victims in this case. And maybe that's what I'm kind of talking myself through this.
So
Maybe that's
I
what
would never ever recommend or use
irritates
her
me about
products.
it. It's
And
just
it
almost
pains me to have to comment on
this,
people
like,
who
victim
are
stance,
ambassadors
learning
for her.
that kind of
Have to
level
comment on
of
their post because we're in like and
involvement.
save
You know,
groups. I have nothing against the
she has the
ambassadors, the
right
girls.
to
I like
they
the
have the right
girls.
to speak their piece, right? I get that.
But I don't like
You
the
know, we've
owner.
seen
I
it,
don't like
you
the
know,
way
in
she
comments, we've seen
works,
employers go there
how
and
she
be
plays dirty.
absolutely next level, right?
Um,
And so he's being very
and she's
calm and
very
whatever,
two-faced.
you know, but it's just it's so raw, all of it.
Mallory.
Right?
Yeah,
Because
you
I,
know Mallory.
you know, I mean, this
Glam
I
rock.
don't personally know these people,
Ooh,
and we've grown to care about
this
them
one I'm pretty sure is a
time
might be a
each
glow.
time.
I didn't
And
even
it's just
remember this, but anyway, right
it's
now
so
it's a white
horrifying.
base with
It's
multicolored
just
like
not
mini
easy
stars,
to hear her side of the
like
fence,
bright colored
try and
stars.
make
Let's
it look
see.
like she's any kind of a victim or
I don't
this, that,
think
or the
this one
other. It's just
glows,
not
but
the time or
that we have
place,
another
but
glitter
that's
called Glow
just not what
Party
we're looking at.
that does glow.
We would ask the court to sentence Ms. Bello Daybell to a 20-year
Ooh, hold on.
with an indeterminate term of life.
No, this glows white. So that's really cool. That means all of these stars will probably glow too.
An added bonus.
So that's Glam Rock.
I'm not gonna lie, I damn near wanted to
Then we
talk
got
about
the
that.
blue
Added
called
bonus.
Xenon,
That's what
XENON.
I'm talking about. We're like,
Love
we're not
that
gonna do
too.
this. Let's give the world hope by not sentencing her to a straight thing.
Argon
But
is
that's what I
the
feel like we're trying to
purple.
do, you know, or the judge. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that.
Just
I love
look
it.
around,
Great
let's give the
shade.
world
I love
hope
all
now,
these shades because they're
let's
bright,
do
especially
you know,
that
but again,
teal,
it's their
the
job.
blue, the
They are
purple, the darker
representing her,
colors,
so I
you know,
can't
that
say
are really
possibly
bright.
for her, so I can respect
Oh, we can't
that
forget the
stuff, you know.
pink. This is,
But
well,
again, just
actually,
hearing it, I'm like, I would never
we got Talk to the Hand, but then 90s Baby. Whoa, look at that one.
Hey, oh my god.
Let's compare it to Talk to the Hand real quick.
I hope we'll be putting her under the jail.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That
So this is
makes it
almost
difficult.
looks like a
That we can stay
magenta. Well, this
protected
is more like a
from
true
monsters
pink.
like this, you know what I'm saying?
When you
So,
put them
it
next
is
to
what it
each
is.
other,
Let's go
anyway.
on.
Both
For
super
everyone
bright.
who lives and breathes
Then
outside
there's
of
a
the present.
glitter in a white
Her hope
base called
benefits
Glow
society.
Party. And this is a dot
In our
glitter.
If you give her fixed life,
With all like the colors
you
of
will
solids I
protect
just
the
showed you, you know.
as
And
long
then
as
I'm
you
pretty
do
sure
those,
this one also glows.
there's no
And
return
then,
for anyone else.
so these release Saturday,
Like,
10:30
she
a.m.
the back of
All
China.
orders,
Dogs in the pet
oh,
cemetery.
there's an anniversary sale beginning on Saturday too. It's 25% off site wide, so you wouldn't even need my code, which is Tara10. And all orders of $40 or more get a free jar of the 3-year anniversary dip. August is Hypnotic Nail's 3rd-year anniversary of being in business. Ooh, teal's Mel's favorite color, so we see lots of teals from her. This is gorgeous. So that's a lighter aqua. See those iridescent glitters in there. Super, super pretty. I see some shard glitters too. Gorgeous. And acrylic. It will also be available for purchase separately if you just want to get that dip. And yes, this does glow white. So just as I expected, all gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I know August is going to be weird because some companies I think are going to be coming out with fall colors that will need to be promoted, but then there's still going to be summer colors that need to be promoted. So
I mean, I was not expecting this when I watched the show. When I tell you,
okay, beautiful.
The things that can
So Saturday, 10:30. Oh, I exited out.
Ridiculousness is what came out of her mouth. So I've warned you. Roll tape.
I'd like to start by quoting John from the New Testament in the Bible. In John chapter 8, verse
Where are the
7,
messages?
it
They
says,
disappeared.
"He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her." Then in verse
Okay, that's
15,
weird.
Jesus says, "Ye judge after the flesh, I judge no man. And yet if I judge,
Anyway, here's Lori Vallow talking.
true."
That first thing she said right there, first words out of her mouth is to chastise everybody. I was like, oh my god.
Let me just clean my brush.
I mean, flabbergasted.
It's got that
is the only
pink
word.
on it.
I was like,
This
after
Hello
all
Kitty
this time,
silicone
after
thing
all
that
this time,
Heather had sent me as a little birthday
that's
gift
exactly-
works
that's
awesome. It
the
works
sharp.
better than
Literally displaying to the
these
core
ones with
that you
the
have not
sponge.
changed, you have no self-reflection,
I have some other
you have no
silicone
ability to
ones,
change,
but
no abilities for self-reflection,
the way they were, they
none
just
of
they
this.
didn't work as good
You
as
were
this
right
one.
back
So
in
I
my
really
school,
like
you were
it.
right back
All
there
all
on
parts of it work
why
well.
is Chad dancing while your children are in his backyard.
Okay. So we
Jesus
should think of a
is
Manny plan, huh, guys?
Jesus understands. I mourn
What did I do yesterday? Cosmic, right?
my children and Tammy.
Immediately makes herself out to be the victim of
And
fake lies.
Rossi.
Jesus knows me. I mourn with all
Okay.
of you.
Today we're doing
Seriously?
Luxie.
Seriously. And again, the judge had to
First
say
class
that,
is the
just like,
glitter,
like,
and then the flaky is
because,
Aquaholic.
he did a
I
good
like
job
that
doing
name.
this. Here's the judge. Like, just like, not even showing any emotion, which is what they're supposed to do.
All right.
I mean, can you imagine me if I was up there? There's no way. They would fire me on the first day. First day, first case, it'd be a traffic ticket. They'd fire me. They'd be like, you can't do this, Paul. But he did an excellent job of that, right? Because literally, this is the first few seconds of what she had to say. And it's like, after all this,
Do you think I could try? You think I could try to do like a
tearful
horizontal
testimony,
ombre,
maybe
like
we're
where
gonna say this,
here will be less less sand and more
Jesus
water.
Christ
Here will be
knows
more
the
sand,
truth
like
of
equal
life.
parts sand and water. And then here will
Jesus
be
Christ
more
knows
sand and
that
less
no
water.
one was murdered
Think I could
in
do
this
that?
case. Accidental deaths happen. Suicides happen. Fatal side effects.
And
of
then use the
medications
waves on those
happen.
parts
The
or
fact that
something.
she then tries to insinuate that these were the methods that all this.
I'll
took
just
place,
do my two
I'm
accent
like,
nails.
girl, I don't know what they're putting
Like
the juice there. It's
hopefully
Idaho
on
or
an
in Kent
angle
County, wherever you are,
ombre
but
with
it
the
must be
sand
good.
and the water.
Oh,
I think I'm just gonna do that.
A, B, and C happens all around you in the short amount of
And then
time
we'll
that
put the
you
waves
choose
on
to
those.
benefit
And
like you
then
did with your little loser boyfriend Chad. No, we ain't
I'll
got
do
that
these two with
at all.
Aquaholic, and this will be with first class, the
I
sand,
have a different perspective in life.
and
because
probably
in
I will put
2002, when I was pregnant with Tylee, I died in the hospital while in labor with her.
some
They tried to
of
stop my labor. They put me on the
these
table
on
and they put
there.
something in my IV,
Or
and
stamp,
felt
I don't
my
know.
spirit falling
But
to the
right
floor.
now we just need a nail plan.
You know, did you see the judge a little
Did
bit?
I say
I'm not trying to
anything?
say that he was doing
I don't know
anything.
why
He
the
was
chat
like,
disappeared on me, you guys. It's just like not here. Actually, let me
there had
exit
to be,
out
like,
and go
an
back.
audible sigh
See
that
if that
whole
makes a
courtroom for this.
difference.
But it was just like, really, we're right here again. You're
Yeah, the
using
chat's
your
just gone.
platform to go off on how you have this
I'm
like
gonna exit
super
out and come
secret
back in.
religious access to Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just like, why do they always do this? And by they I mean the Lord.
Oh, hi, Patty.
The Scott Nelsons, the Daryl Brooks. Why do we always end up here with them where it's like the most attention they've ever gotten and they're going to use it
Aw,
to try to
thanks,
disguise
Tara.
themselves and
You can do
display their
anything. You
belief
just
system.
have
It's
to
like
have to actually
nobody
do
else is
it.
buying
I was standing near my.
All right, let's
body,
try it on
watching
3
the
nails
doctors
then.
Try to revive me, which took them a few minutes. In that time,
And then my thumb will be Aquaholic,
I turned to hug her and was surprised.
and my pinky will
her
be
spirit
first
was
class.
as tangible as a physical body, because I knew I was in spirit and she was in spirit.
So I'm gonna try diagonal ombre on those nails. Okay. Tara, you're giving me the courage to go for it, girl. Patty, I'm doing beach mani for tomorrow, you know. So I'm gonna use this custom I had asked Heather to create for me. It was actually a gold glitter in one of her dips, and I asked if I could get like a jar of just that glitter. Because I really like the color. It's not like a yellow gold, it's like the perfect champagne gold. So that's gonna be my sand. And my water is gonna be this flaky. It's actually metallic flakies. Aquaholic.
That makes me better than or have more knowledge or be more spiritual or whatever.
So I'm gonna
Now, they're not using the
do.
words better than and all this type of stuff. It's just like
We're almost dry.
underlying
All right,
condescending
sand
thing.
here, water
The fact that
here,
she's using this
and then
word
on
to
these three
make
nails, we're
it
gonna
is
go
illegal
a
to
little
use.
bit of sand and a lot of water, and then half sand, half water on a diagonal if I can. I mean, it wouldn't even look bad if it was straight horizontal. And then on the third one will be the most sand with a little water. That's my goal.
Joshua Jackson, my sisters, Stacy,
Think I can do it, Patty?
my aunts and my uncles in my
Trying to keep this phone.
So see, this is
Dominic's
exactly what
phone
I'm
doesn't like
talking
to
about.
stay.
Because I've gone there, I
So
have
flipping
direct
over. Maybe if I
access
put
to
something
these
in front of it.
people who are in heaven. I'm
There we
able
go.
to talk to them,
All
you know,
right.
so I have this information.
So, Patty, I filled all the girls in on what was going on this morning, how you were still waiting.
Using their full names, knowing what happened, absolutely runs all over me, right? And again, we'll hear
No
in a
news,
moment,
Patty,
you know, the
since
judge
then?
ain't buying any of this. He sees right through this.
grandparents. I have had many communications with Jesus Christ, the Savior of this world, and our heavenly parents.
All
I've
right,
had
we're
many
dry.
angelic visitors
So we're gonna start
who
with
communicated
the
with me
pinky. I'm working with a
in
flaky and a fine glitter, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But since
I know for a fact
I'm normally start with my pinky, we're gonna go with that. And look how gorgeous.
in the spirit world.
Gorgeous. If you guys are looking for, you know, a straight up fine champagne glitter, super versatile, this is it. First class from Luxie now.
But again, you heard all throughout this.
My discount code to save at Luxie now is Tara15.
Because of this, it's nothing that you can
And we're
prove, of
using
course, right?
using
You don't do anything like that. You know, but
Model
it's just stuff
One's
I'm like,
dip liquids, and then my Luxie Nail Precision tool. And when we get to the ombre, we'll be using the Luxie Nail ombre brushes
just
too.
like Kay said earlier about champagne on the feeble-minded, this is what we're talking about right here, okay? Because I think Lori did the same thing, and I think she is also one of those of peddling this dribble to whoever will listen, right? You know, and having these like almost like these standoffs of who, you know, who's more spiritual with these, you know, this cast of characters we've seen throughout, and it just runs all over me. But now when she gets into trying to justify and speak for Tammy, JJ, Tylee,
There
Charles,
we go.
countless other people, right? I just it leaves me baffled, and I want to say it leaves me shocked and surprised. But at this point, we've seen her behavior, but I guess it still does because I would have expected something, and that something could have been her not saying a word. Right? It's almost worse that she has said this because I do think this is
Alright.
the last.
I'm gonna let it sit for a sec, then
let me
we'll
rub the
brush
salt
it
in
off.
the wound,
Make sure it's
let
dry.
me
All right,
spit
let's
on
brush
your
it off.
wound.
I'm gonna lay flat for dip number 2
Because
just
of
to
my
get all that
communications with
glitter on
my
there.
friend Tammy Daybell, I know that
Such
she
a pretty
is also
color.
very happy and extremely busy. I have
Patty, you
always
missed it, but I
mourned
showed
the
off
loss
some
of my
new
loved
Dipnotic
ones
colors that are
and
releasing
lost
Saturday.
in this mortal world.
Now that part right there.
Oh, I saw your text, Patty, but it was right before I was going live. I didn't have a chance to respond back about they're talking Orlando now.
This is, and the judge will
What,
say this.
transferring him to a
Evidence
hospital
shows
in
Lori
Orlando
was
to
planning
have
on
the
marrying
surgery?
Tammy's husband while she was still alive, making all these plans for this. We've seen the evidence. So for her to even use the words of Tammy's name in the same sentence with friend, is so disrespectful to me. I was like, I cannot. And I'll notice at the end of that where she's like, and I have lost many. This whole thing, I am a victim. Feel sorry for me. It's this go-to thing and this little feeble voice that she's using throughout, right? I think it's a complete act.
World. However, I know them more than most people. I know where they are now and what they're doing. I know how wonderful heaven is, and I'm homesick for it every single day. I know we all lived in heaven before we were born on earth, and we were all adult spirits in the heavenly realm.
She's
We
nuts,
came from
man.
earth as mortals.
This whole thing of I'm homesick for it and all that, she still has other cases to go to, right? She might be getting a one-way ticket back to heaven real soon. Also, how interesting that it's like she's trying to take ownership of like the whole power that she could be perceiving that the public and these, the people, the victims, the people, the court system,
we
whatever you
go.
want to call it, has this power of potentially being able to take her life.
This
away,
is
tell her what to
gorgeous.
do and all this. So it's almost like all she can cling to is like backing away and being like, I live in the spirit world.
So
You can't
pretty.
control that. You don't have power over that. And I don't know.
I'm
that
gonna
might
leave
not
it
make
out
sense,
because
but
we're gonna be
sometimes
ombre-ing with it.
I don't really know how to word that.
So
But it
let's
just feels like that, like she's trying
move
to
over and work with Aquaholic.
having no power anymore. Almost like the
So
sour
this
face
is an acrylic and metallic
so listen to it.
flaky tip.
Heaven is
I'm
more
gonna put it
wonderful
on my
than you
thumb.
can possibly imagine. I do not fear death, but I look forward to it. I did not want to return to my body when I was out of it. Even though my son Colby, who I adored more than anything, was only 6 years old at the time, and I
There we
was
go.
about to give birth to this new baby girl that I wanted so badly.
I mean, what does she want? Like a slow clap from the audience for coming back? I mean, it's this whole thing of get off the cross, honey. We need the firewood, right? It's like, and that she's still of this frame of mind is so telling because when you get into like somebody rehabilitative, this that, and the other, it's like, well, the proof is in the pudding. Right?
Tara,
This
I
is
bet
where
you get your other
everybody's
mani done.
flashing signs.
I bet you
will
get your hand
never
painted
change.
done.
I will never change.
I'd be
Years
surprised if you
later,
don't.
after all
Well,
this, I'm still
although
spouting
you don't
this
always do
nonsense.
together we
This is
Manny,
who I
huh?
am.
Wasn't last
This is
month
who
like
I
your
will
first time doing
always
it?
be.
Wanted so badly. I was a young mother, and you would think I wouldn't want to leave my children, but as I stood in heaven, I did not want to go back. I thought they would be fine.
Well, she's also proved that point because she didn't want to take care of them, for the last several years, and we see what she was okay with having done to them, right, and participating in that. So this right here, I'm just like,
Alright.
no, you're not going to get accolades from us.
Ah.
Allegedly, right? That's if you're going down the
Love
the
this
whole route
color
of
of
believing
teal.
in this story that she's telling the courtroom at this point.
I mean, this is just
I
one
bet
dip.
you could hear people's
The
eyes
color's
actively
great.
roll into the back of their heads in there.
Oh,
But
let's see
then
what
was
I missed.
told by Jesus that I needed to go back and complete things that I had covenanted or promised to
Janet.
do before I was born. This caused me
We
a
were just
lot of
talking about
distress
Patty's
because
dad,
I knew heaven was my real home.
and I got
I only wanted to be there.
this guy Paul. His YouTube show is called Reporting Live from My Sofa, and he's
How I would help my
rewatching the
children.
Lori
Others
Vallow
would so
sentencing
ultimately
and like
I would
commenting on it,
go back to my body.
So that's what's playing
Now,
in the
this part right
background.
here, where she's talking about, I saw how I was going to help my children and others. I mean, again, I'm just like, did your lawyer?
I'm doing a Luxie now, Manny, for tomorrow's Together We Manny Club.
Like, she just seems like that
So
kind of
like a
person.
Beachy themed one.
Again, it's this whole
This
thing
dip
of
is
like,
called
I
First
agree.
Class.
I have
I'm
a
using it as
special
my
mission.
sand.
It's like that's the
And this
only
one's called
way
Aquaholic.
she, Chad, this
And it's
whole
got
crowd
metallic
can be
flakies.
special
It's super
is
gorgeous.
by claiming these outrageous, fantastical things that they are the only ones.
Let's do a second
for,
dip.
Whatever the second coming or whatever you want to call it, right? And but to get up here and use this moment for that, it blows my mind. And to just say these insensitive things, to ultimately help my children. I mean, because I'll guarantee you, Lori looks at what, if you could get in her head in those moments, like where she puts her head down on a pillow and there's nothing else around but your thoughts, She knows what happened, and she probably justifies it in her mind by this stuff right here, by being like, no, Tyler was in a lot of pain. I helped her. That was not my life mission, that type thing, right? I think that she completely has justified all of this in her mind, but she's also twisting it for the courtroom theatrics that she's putting on.
Kylie has visited me. She is happy and very busy. Kylie is free now from all the pains of her life. Kylie suffered
there we go.
horrible physical pain her whole life. I sat with Kylie in the hospital year after year after year while she screamed in pain when the morphine wasn't even enough to take away the pain of her pancreatitis.
And this is what
All right, so those 2 nails are done. I'm gonna pour some of this back in the jar.
Oh, this, that, and the other. Like she was
Just for our ombre's sake, I think I'm gonna pour some of this back too. Just in case I do contaminate anything, let's use the least amount possible here. Okay.
These personality types always.
So Janet, I'm gonna ombre these 2 on all 3 nails, but my goal is to try and do it like in a diagonal, if that makes sense.
I sat there
Just get some ombre brushes.
And I'm the only person
Okay.
on this
So
who knows how much Kylie suffered in her life. She had pain
this
every
one, let me
single
think
day.
here. How do I
She
want
never
this to
felt
be?
good. Her
So I
body
want this
did
one
not
to
work
be the
right.
least
I don't know
amount
if
of
that was
sand and the most
complications
amount
from
of
dying while she
water.
was being born or something else. She had a very difficult.
We'll see how it goes.
Again, yeah, the whole thing. How much pain?
I'm gonna start at the bottom with the sand part,
She's the way she's describing her.
so I can
You
control.
would never expect to see pictures of a smiling, laughing girl like you're saying at all, right? And again, notice how Lori has to throw in there. I don't know if those were complications for me dying while she was in birth, while I was giving birth. Again, can't help but turn it around to herself.
I fought for her in court. I protected her. I tried to protect her with my whole life. I tried to protect her. I worried about her every single day. Kylie had to get her GED because she couldn't go to school every day because she never felt good. She felt sick.
Okay.
Nobody knows this because Kylie, like myself, tries to put on a good
It's
front.
not bad,
Once
right?
again, just very quickly, the very last words there. Nobody would know this about Tylee because, like myself, she tries to put up a good front. She cannot even in Tylee's death, she can't give her one thing, right? She has to include herself in on it. On any attention that might be garnered, she is going to have to take away from that as well.
Okay.
Blows my mind.
One of the times that Tylee came to me as a spirit after she died, she commanded me, and she said to me, "Stop worrying, Mom.
Brush
We
that
are
off with
fine."
my wastebasket here.
She knows how I worry and how I miss her.
I find that incredibly hard to believe.
I think I'm gonna do the second layer right now,
First of all, I don't even believe that she's having these conversations.
and do each of these nails individually like that.
Something. I don't know what.
How are you today, Janet? Anyway.
That's why I just think it's a lie. I think that she's trying to justify.
Yes, it will
In her
count.
world, maybe she still thinks that people believe this stuff.
It does make sense, Janet.
All this.
Tara, a mermaid
This
man, you
is
would
how
definitely
she feels
count.
Now, one thing that has gone on throughout the
Absolutely.
trial and whatnot is.
All right, so I'm
Lori-
gonna do my
Lori would
second
never
layer
sit
on
there
here
and
just so we
say,
can see
what
how
I
it's
believe was
looking.
real, what I believe wasn't this or that. Then all of the reasons
And
justification
I'm
for
gonna
what
start
she
with
participated in would fall beneath her.
the
And it would
teal.
be this just left for what it is, a murderous event, right? So I think she's gonna always
It's
have
gonna
to
be
go
hard.
with some level of BS in order to justify what happened, or else she'll just there's no other you can't deny it. Then it's like I'm just a murderous, villain, right? But with all these other things, she's able to, make believe, if you will, right? I don't know the psychological term for it. I feel like cognitive dissonance, but again, I don't know, right? These are just kind of buzzwords or whatever. But you get where I'm going. So it's like she has to cling to this false belief, right? Or else all that's left is just how horrible of a person she is.
The first time JJ visited me after he passed away, He put his arm around me and he said to me, "You didn't do anything wrong, Mom. I love you. And I know you loved me every minute of my life."
But she was so eager to get rid of him once Chad came in the picture, and sitting here saying, using the words mom, at this point in the game, right? I wonder what Larry and Kay were doing during this moment right here. I mean, I felt so bad that if they were still in there, that they had to hear this, right? Because it's insulting to me. And I mean, again, like I've said, I mean, this is not, my personal family. I'm not close with these people,
Still a
but you
little
still
tacky.
feel that. So I can only fathom what it would feel like as someone who was the family members, the friends, the loved ones, the survivors, this type of thing. What an insult that might feel like, because just to hear her say this,
Okay.
I'm like, girl, like, are you kidding me? He's getting up here and saying you did nothing
So it's not like
wrong.
ideally how I
mean,
wanted it to look,
she
but it's
is
not bad.
trying so hard to convince maybe herself,
I think it'll work.
right, that she's done nothing wrong, because clearly she failed to convince.
Now I want to try and do like half and half
My
here.
eternal friend Tammy Daybell has visited me on several occasions. She came to bring me peace and comfort, and I know that she is extremely busy helping her family, especially her children and grandchildren.
Let's start with the
And
green
I
this
have a
time.
great love for Tammy.
Again, can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. I have a great love for her. You were trying to marry her man on the side. You were having an affair with her husband. And you want to get up here and say you have a great love for her? And this whole thing about how everybody's busy. Everybody's very busy. Everybody's very busy. And it's just like, I mean, okay, I mean, what is this proven? What is this like? Why do you keep saying that? It's just
Hope this works
sickening.
out.
We're lucky her speech wasn't as long like as some other situations have gone on, right? But it was still long. You can tell she put work into this, right? She put work into it, and she tried to cover all her bases to sit here and like honestly take ownership. Not ownership, I shouldn't say that. Take power away from others, and also almost like have the last say. It feels like that, like I'm getting the last word and that type thing.
My beautiful children, Kylie Ashlyn and Joshua Jackson, rest safely this day in the arms of Jesus. My wonderful friend Tammy Daybell rests safely.
My
this
wonderful
day
friend Tammy
in the
Daybell.
arms of Jesus.
She didn't even know
I
her.
look forward to the day we are all reunited, and I too will rest with them in the arms of my Jesus.
The whole time I'm
She's
saying, like,
nuts.
I don't think you're going to the same place these people are, right? She's very confident on that right there. I'm like, girl,
All right.
maybe no one's informed you or whatever, but
Well,
I don't.
Oh yeah, that was just the first layer because it doesn't really look like it's much on an angle. So we got to fix that on the second layer and come up more on with the gold.
Where I'm like, to sit here and participate. And
So we'll start with the gold this time.
Horrible events that took place, and then to sit here and try and be like, well, I went and visited them, and they're fine. They're not mad at me at all. I'm going to be reunited with them one day. I'm just like, I mean, the entitledness of it is just astounding. Okay. Now let's switch gears and let's listen to what the judge has to say about all
This is the best part, the judge.
Having considered all of the
First off, he
evidence
starts
that
out
makes
saying all these
trial
nice
and
things
jurors
to her
decide
about her, you
different
know.
for me to narrow down and articulate
Everybody's kind of
the
like, what the
aggravating
heck?
offenses, because really there are so many here. Murder is the most serious offense.
Then he ripped her right down.
The most unimaginable type of murder is to have a mother murdering her own children, and that's exactly what you did.
Now, with these first things coming out of his mouth, I was like, sing it, brother. Sing it, brother. Go on. Because, again, he's been very, and he even still is very even keel throughout his speech, right? Or his, words, whatever you want to call it, sentencing. But throughout this whole trial, right, it's been this way. And so he keeps
that
it
off.
almost like very
See how the second layer came out.
Like how he's just very, I'm stating this information and that kind of thing. And the judge does remain that way through this, which I appreciate. But hearing what he has to say is so validating to know. Oh my God, he's calling
And
out,
Michelle.
right? And just calling it what it is. You murdered your children.
Your son is not talking to you? Why?
Getting into the spiritual stuff about
How come, Janet? Michelle, guess what came in my mail?
best
my
friend's always
Hypnotic
Tammy, and come on,
colors, and
right?
you can show
You
them
know, you
immediately. So
murder
I
your
was showing them
children
off.
and other people. Okay,
I showed
let's
them at the
not dress
beginning
this
after
up
I
for
put my
anything
peel base
whatsoever.
on.
You were involved in and guilty of conspiring to murder another group of children's mother, Tammy Daybell, who had children of her
All
own.
right. Looks
And
pretty
despite
similar
Lori
to the
convicting without
the
any
index
evidence, she
finger.
still
Not really
here
much
to say in
higher,
court today
but
says
that's
she
all
didn't
right.
do it.
That part right there, when I tell you I was cheering him on, because we've been thinking this the whole time, right? Like I'm watching her speak, I'm like, she's still, it gives me goosebumps. She's still
This time we'll try for
denying it.
more
So
gold.
again, hearing the judge validate that, I was like, oh my God.
Doing a
Oh my
Luxie
God, I
nail
needed to
Manny
hear that
Michelle
so
for
badly.
tomorrow's
And I
Together
love
We
that he
Manny
also
collab.
said, you conspired, or however he said it, to take another group of children's mother away. I like the way he worded that. Yeah, because it's also like, look, not only are you willing to go to the place of killing your own children, but you stole the life of another woman, another sister, another mother, right? How vile can you be?
This one I want to get more gold,
Came
right?
here to East Idaho, where I've spent my life, and moved here from another place already with plans in progress to make your children disappear. The evidence bore that out at trial. You removed your children from their home in
This little
Arizona,
spot up here.
alienated them from friends and family, got rid of JJ's service dog. You moved to Rexford, a community where you could find 1,000
That's not a
friends
precision
willing to
tool.
take your children, and you brought them here to murder them.
I mean, y'all, again, I'm gonna have goosebumps. My face is numb with like whatever you get when like you're getting like emotional or whatever. I just was like, and
Just
this
want to
is the
make
second
sure
time.
it's
Like I
dry
watched it
before I
all the way
brush it
through and
off.
picked out the clips,
It
obviously,
is.
so clearly this is my like second time.
I'm just
watching
doing it over here. I don't want any cross
just a second.
contamination,
To
you know.
hear him outline that and call this snake out for what she is, because again, just sitting here listening to this, like I've always
Gosh, I got glitter everywhere.
yeah, they did it,
All right.
and I was gonna take care of them and do this for them and all that. And it's like you brought them here with plans to kill them and get rid of them. You
I wish
got
my
rid
middle
of
one was
his
a little
service
higher.
dogs. You
I
did
could go in
A,
with a
B, C,
third.
and D. This
Yeah,
was your plan, and that is what
it does
is.
go up
It
kind of
is
high on the
right.
side
It's
there,
what
you
it is.
know, but
These were the plans. This is what the evidence shows, and she can deny it all she wants to, right? But the evidence is
I think I'm gonna leave it
evidence,
because
okay?
we're gonna put
She was
the
working
waves
towards
over
this
it and
goal.
everything,
She,
right?
whatever clicked in her mind of Chad and I
Oh,
are
I can
doing this
see
for
blue
144,
poking through
whatever
my
it was,
gold
she
glitter.
was done, right? And then everyone became like this
Best
monetary
gold
thing
glitter
to add
ever
to
right
that
here.
plan and her lustful little Chad adventure, at the expense of their lives and
It's
so
dry.
many
It
other
doesn't
things.
matter.
You had
I
so
don't think
many
it's gonna
clear
matter again though
promises
because we're gonna use those
to not
stickers.
divorce. You could have found someone to take care of those
I just think I brushed it off
But as
before
the
it was
state jury
completely
proved at
dry.
trial, you
How are you
chose
today,
to
Michelle? Are you doing Together We Manny tomorrow?
You killed those children, according to the state's theory, and I believe it, to remove them as obstacles and to profit financially. You justified all of this by going down a bizarre religious
Because
rabbit hole
what?
and
You're not
clearly
spending
you are
time with
still
them, Janet?
This part, oh my God, the fact that he called it a bizarre religious
Oh,
rabbit hole,
poor
clearly
kid.
you're still
Is
there.
that what
Thank
the
God
reason
he
was?
said
You're
that,
not spending
right?
time with them?
She is, right? I mean, this is like, honey, you're not even she gone. She gone, right? Now, also, I love that you brought up in the last clip we looked at in this one as well. There's 1,000 families here that would have taken these children. You got Kay over there begging to get Jake. You know they would have taken Tylee in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, they would have taken both these children. Begging to do so, okay? And just like you said, but instead, because that would not serve Lori and Chad's ultimate plan, right? They needed this was they're making a living off this, right? They can dress it up in the religious stuff, but follow the money.
Clean up a
While you're
little bit.
enjoying your new life in Hawaii, countless law enforcement officers, family members, and volunteers were searching for your children. I don't think to this day you have any remorse for the effort and heartache you caused for
All
others.
right, now we're going
Look for your
to
children.
encapsulate. See if I can
And I 100% agree with him.
Get
She
all
knew
this
where they
off
were.
of
She knew
me.
they were there. She's dancing on the beach in Hawaii. While the world is just all over the place. Like, where are these children? Where are these children? I mean, I can remember when this happened. And I remember,
There it is. Like, where's
God
my
rest her
brush?
soul, Denise talking about this and kind of explaining the case to us. And for those who don't follow me, Denise Rainey, she has a channel that's linked down below. And
That's
she's kind of the
better.
one back then who introduced this case to me. She has since passed, but she was talking.
Oh, poor
And
kid.
explaining it. This is the part where the authorities were like, "You need to produce the children, like in this amount of time." I can't remember what it was. And I remember talking to her and I was like, you know what? They're either going to produce the children, because that's what I thought. I was like,
Back
you
at
know
work
what, maybe
today. Yep,
because of the
yesterday was your last
they
day
found
off,
out
right?
this cold
Janet,
case,
why don't you pick them up from school
that's the
today and go
problem,
take them
right?
for an
Whether
ice
was she
cream
really
or
gonna produce
something?
them,
Or
this is
I
gonna
know
be
it's
the
probably
next
too
level.
hot for the
And
park.
sadly,
You guys know Arizona
you know,
or
the fact that
Phoenix
he's also calling
hit
us out of
110 days in a
looking
row,
back over the
30
span,
days in a row.
oh my God, she
That's a
knew
new
exactly
record.
what happened. And the fact
The
that she was
previous
able to
record was either
like,
16 or
really
18
believe in
days.
Chad and all this kind of stuff makes it even more horrific.
It's
After
scary,
you
like all the
selected public funded assistance
things that are
payments
gonna happen
after them,
and that could have been
that was
prevented.
blood money you kept for yourself. And that's the grand theft charge you've been convicted of.
Because of climate change being
Follow the
ignored.
money. That's what I was talking about earlier. All of this is conveniently has all this monetary stuff following it, right? So this whole little charade that she's putting up with the religious
Yeah,
stuff,
Phoenix.
you strip that away because that's just BS. That's all fake. This is about money. This is about
Nick and I were talking about it.
Her and Chad like ruling the world in some egomaniacal way.
During the trial, when the evidence came out about how these children were found and the state they were in, you wanted to be excused and not have to watch the evidence, and were fine
I
to
think I
let
gotta brighten up
all the
Dominic's
other people in
phone.
the courtroom, including the jurors, have to bear through that. However,
So
I
dark.
ruled that you did have to sit and watch and see the result of your heinous crimes.
There we go.
I love
That's
that he's
better.
calling her out on that BS right there, because again, it was just
Oh
like,
yeah, you
she
live in
tried to play
Tucson,
little
right? How
games
far away
that
is
she's
that
been
from
playing,
Phoenix?
because yeah, she doesn't want to see the outcome of her actions. And that's what's so pissy about it. And I love that he made her stand there, right? Because it's like you.
Oh, I
you
also
signed
have
up for
pearls,
this,
you
right?
guys,
You
but
signed up
I don't
for
know
it.
that I'm gonna do
You
anything
know,
with
how
pearls.
dare she want everyone else to have to suffer and see those horrible, horrible images? I can only imagine, right? Not just the family and all that, the rescue workers, the investigators, the judge, the courtroom, the jurors, everybody, right? But especially the family. I can't imagine seeing a loved one like that. I mean, especially children. I mean, my God, right? It's absolutely horrifying. And so I love that he's calling her out on all this stuff that we've seen along the way. Now, mind you, there's tons of it. So if he were to do that, this would have gone on for days. But he's hitting some major points, and I'm like, thank God. He was sitting here thinking the same thing we were. You're going to sit here and watch these images of what you're responsible for, and that end of story.
Tammy Daybell was murdered as a result of your conspiracy. She was, by all accounts, a healthy, happy mother and wife through a lot of her life. And you were out shopping for wedding rings to marry her husband while she was still alive. You were planning a wedding to her husband while she was still alive. You haven't shown any remorse for any of those actions. And she ended up being murdered, buried, had to be disinterred later so an autopsy could be performed in order to prove the evidence of what you had done.
Yeah, it's gorgeous here today too.
And again, hats off to him.
Hopefully it's going to be warm enough on Sunday for the
all
ocean.
that I had to go through with this, taking the body back, all of this stuff. I mean, this is what we're talking about. Like, there's no low with this case. It just kept getting lower and lower and worse and worse. And then to sit here and hear her talking about my friend Tammy, I mean, no, like, how dare you, right? It's even worse that way. It's just salt in the wound.
It is the most shocking thing, really, I can imagine, is that a mother killed her own children, and you simply have no remorse for it. even sitting here today, there's no
Brush
remorse
off.
for what he did.
And like I said earlier, I don't think Lori's gonna ever show remorse, because to show remorse means to take responsibility, which clearly she's not gonna do. But in this particular situation,
So we'll have
take
to decide
responsibility,
if, like,
right?
I was
She ain't
thinking
never
of
gonna do that.
using
I don't
these wave
ever see
things,
that
you know what
taking
I
place with
mean?
her.
You may not believe to this
But
day.
I might not use them.
you've
I
done
don't
anything
know.
wrong, and you still think you're justified.
I also have
religious
sand
beliefs
dollars,
that have
clamshells, and like
I'm not here to judge you,
conch
but I don't
type
believe that any God
shells.
in any religion would want to have this happen. What happened here?
And thank God he said that, right? Because to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm not going to judge, but the fact that she's sitting here trying to wrap all this up in this religious context that everyone's okay with this and the spirit world, absolutely not. Now let's move on to the actual.
I'm just
sentencing,
thinking,
and let's hear what
guys.
the judge does.
The charge you were convicted of, the first degree murder of Tylee Ryan, you are sentenced to the custody of the State Board of Corrections to serve the maximum allowed sentence, a fixed determinate term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole.
What
On
if
count
I
4,
did?
charge of the first degree murder of Joshua Jackson.
I've done it
Vallow,
before. I just can't
you are
remember. Is it
sentenced to
done
the
with
custody
gel
of the State
polish?
Board
Like,
of
oh, a
Corrections
strip
to
away
serve the
gel
maximum allowed
polish,
sentence, a fixed
and then you put the
determinate
soap bubbles
life
over it
imprisonment
and cure
sentence
it.
with no possibility of
That would
parole.
give like a
Now
bubble
we're going to
look,
hear from these
right?
other
Because these are
people
kind of
sentencing as well.
large.
But again, thank God he has given her the max with this. I was hoping for it. Obviously, we didn't get the max, which is the death penalty. But with this, it's like the next best thing, right?
Let me
The
know.
same serious sentence. So on count 1, the conspiracy to commit first degree murder of Tylee Ryan.
Oh, I bet our electric bill is going to be really high too for this
sentenced to the
month.
custody of the State
Oh, I
Board of
didn't even
Corrections to
activate
serve
yet.
the maximum allowed sentence, a fixed determinate term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole. Count 3, the conspiracy to commit first degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow and grand theft by deception. You're sentenced to the custody of the State
These
Board of
dips all
Corrections to
applied
serve the
awesome.
maximum
This
allowed
was like no
sentence, a
reason to
fixed
press down on
determinate
anything.
term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole. And on count 5, the conspiracy to commit the first degree murder of Tammy Daybell, you're sentenced to the custody of the State Board of Corrections to serve the maximum allowed sentence, a fixed determinate term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole.
Thank God for all that, right? I mean, my goodness, to hear him reel those words off, especially in comparison to having heard what the state was asking for and whatnot, and the judge like, absolutely not. I am sending it. She's getting it all, right? She's getting it all.
Finally, the court will address count 7, which is the charge of grand theft. And that
Oh
charge
my God, for
will
1
be
month,
sentenced
Janet?
to a fixed determinate term
Get
of
out.
5 years of prison, followed by an indeterminate term of 5
That's
years
more
of
than like a
prison for
gas
total
bill in the
10 years.
winter, you know?
On the grand theft.
Holy crap.
Hit her with the grand theft. We ain't leaving no
That's why
spot.
we should all like switch to
And
solar
any
and be
of
getting
the
free
charges
electricity.
of each of the
They just don't want us to do that, you know?
On those counts, the court will run consecutively.
'Cause
Count 2,
that's no
murder
money
of
for them.
Tylee Ryan, consecutive to count 4, the murder of Joshua
Yeah.
Jackson Vallow.
Holy crap,
Count
Janet.
5
I would
will
have
run
died.
consecutive to count 2 and 4, the conspiracy
We just
to
got
commit
our electric bill
first-degree
yesterday, but
murder
I just handed it
of
to Nick.
Tammy Daybell.
And I absolutely love that he stacked them on
Said
top of each
my
other. It was
Timu
so,
order was out for
like,
delivery,
monumental.
but
I'm not sure if that's a word I'm
my
looking for, or
the
representative
Dipnotic
of
order
the
came, but
city
that
of
was
it.
it.
And like he said, you know what? I want each of these crimes to serve each of its things, right? Because it does feel like a lot of times when they lump this all together, that it kind of like lessens it in a way. So I love that he stacked these on
Alright.
top. I mean,
I'm
it
just
really made me feel
looking.
like he was
Thinking.
giving
Let's look at my
her
stamping
everything
plates I pulled out.
possible.
Where are they?
The court will impose fines as requested by the state in the amount of
Here they are.
$5,000 for all counts except the grand
If I
theft.
am
On
gonna
the
do an
grand theft,
image, it
the
would be
fine will
like,
be
you
in the
know,
amount
a
of
single
$12,000.
image
Take
that
her
would
damn
fit
$20,
in.
take her damn commentary.
Like, here's
Give it
a
all away.
small palm trees. Those might look cute sitting on the sand, like on this nail or something.
I'm not just talking about the sentencing. I mean, clearly that was because so much was on the line with the trial, but the entire case. It's been heartbreaking from day one and just otherworldly with the details.
I don't see anything on there. Oh, here's a clamshell.
Lori's not done yet.
Kind of
She still has
large.
other charges facing her.
Right
So
there.
sadly, we're probably going to be continuing to see more and more of her. Right? I mean, she's going to be tied up in the legal system.
Oh, and then there's a conch
Unless she
shell
pleads
too.
out
I
or
didn't see
something like
that.
which
Huh.
I'm sure she would, because she's going to be very bored. She talks about everybody being busy on those.
Kind of looks like an ice cream cone too.
Right now, it also makes me curious because remember the death penalty is still on the table for Chad, and seeing how this went down, old Chatty boy should be shaking in his boots. Okay, so let me know.
These are mostly
what you thought of any
palm
aspect of it you wanna
trees,
talk about,
palm
share in the comment section,
leaves.
right? Now, if you
Seems
still
like
are
that.
watching, I appreciate it. I know this was a long one. I'm sorry to have kept you so long. Roscoe apologizes as well. He had to go take a nap a long time ago. And speaking of Roscoe,
I might do the palm trees on here, and then I'll use these two for waves.
To continue the conversation. I'll see y'all there.
Gotta help people customize and save $652 with Liberty Mutual.
This school year, speak your mind.
Yeah, I think that's
Shoot
what
for the
I'll do.
stars and find your people.
We got this.
Went on to something else. What is it? Looks like
I thought the world of Jackie Johns. It was an extremely
whole case
personal
files.
for me.
Now let's see what else is on.
Ian Pulowski took
On March 6th, 2015, Rudolph Rudy Farias.
Let's do this one. Cheerleader, rich husband, affair, and hitman.
Have you heard about this one? This is the real
This is
life
Plunder.
repeat
You guys ever watch
murderous
Plunder?
saga of a former beauty queen, her college sweetheart, football playing rich husband, and her younger boy toy boyfriend from the Bahamas. It's not always
Oh,
better in
we're
the
on a
Bahamas,
budget billing
despite
thing,
the
too.
advertisement, although it's gorgeous down there. Lindsay Shiver, a 36-year-old married mom, just wasn't satisfied with a rich life. No, she had to add a 28-year-old.
That's ridiculous, Tara. That's how high yours is?
And when her husband found out, he filed for divorce.
Your trampoline almost flew away the other day, Janet.
However,
We had a really bad windstorm, and our trampoline blew into the woods, and like all the netting on the sides of it all got torn up and everything. It like ruined the trampoline.
And custody of their 3 young sons.
All right, we'll hang on to these.
But when her husband found out that
I think
she
we're
was
probably
having
good to
an
start
affair,
filing,
that's
right?
when authorities say Lindsay started to plot his murder. Now, Lindsay lived with her 37-year-old husband, Robert Schreiber, in a 7-bedroom, 7-bathroom,
7 bedrooms,
7,873 square foot
7,800 square foot home. 7 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms.
The couple were college sweethearts.
Oh
Robert
my
is
God.
a former Auburn University football player, and that's where he met the former beauty queen, then known as Lindsay Shirley, in 2007. She was about 20
Wrong
years
hand.
old. Now Lindsay Shiver, she had been once crowned Miss Houston County in 2005 and finished second in some national peanut festival pageant that same year. But this college sweetheart dream would turn deadly.
All right, Pozo, day 3 of the Pozo Push-Up Challenge. I want to give a special shout out to my wife, Lindsay, who had surgery today. Super proud of you. That's why I'm in the hotel room waiting to go pick her up in the morning.
The couple's 13-year marriage took a turn when Robert, 38, allegedly caught Lindsay having an affair, and he filed for divorce in April on grounds of, quote, adulterous conduct, according to court papers obtained by Fox News Digital.
That's what I always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup. And all these hoes laughing like so funny.
She's talking about the audience that they're laughing at her.
Did you say that?
I've been trying to get these papers too. But in her response to Robert's divorce filing, Lindsay has denied an illicit affair. Her lawyers wrote that any extramarital relationship dependent has had during the party separation and legally condoned by her husband. And then Lindsay hit back with accusations of, quote, of physical and mental cruel treatment, including domestic violence. So this divorce got dirty, but the couple still lived together.
This should be
throughout
really
this
easy
nasty
to
battle.
file today.
After all, they had the room. I mean, supposedly she was banished to the pool house. But Robert wanted everything in his petition for divorce. He sought physical custody of their children, the sole use of their $2.57 million home, and he argued that his wife Lindsay was not entitled to any alimony whatsoever. I'm assuming she's the one who's been raising the boys. But Lindsay attended Auburn University. She got her marketing degree and she's capable of supporting herself. That's what her husband is arguing in the filings. But Lindsay argued for primary custody, alimony, and child support, as well as sole use of the home. So they both wanted this mansion. I don't blame them. It has a pool and everything. Lindsay's attorney wrote, wife feels unsafe in the marital home and has installed locks on the exterior
Tucson has been getting lots of what? Micro what?
Rumors are saying that after Robert discovered Lindsay's affair, she was booted to their pool house.
I have our ACs off right now because it's actually cool outside. I should open the windows, but I haven't yet.
Quote, husband has abused the wife in the home in the children's presence on multiple occasions, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. That's what the filing alleges. When I heard that, I started feeling a little sorry for Lindsay, despite this murderous plot coming up. But then I also heard her lawyer's a bulldog. I don't know. Lindsay was born and raised in Dothan, Alabama. She said her husband hid money and cut her off financially. Lindsay's attorney wrote, the parties have an overall expensive lifestyle in general. Suddenly, husband is not permitting wife to use the jet or have access to funds. Indeed,
Oh, husband won't let her use the jet.
With her girlfriends. Lindsay also claimed Robert took off with their kids for a weekend and refused to return them until the police got involved. I don't blame him if he was scared for his life. Lindsay was scheduled to be deposed in their divorce on July 18th, shortly before her arrest, but the hearing was pushed back to October 31st, according to court records.
Morning. I mean, good afternoon. Have you? You're loud when you're asleep. You make a lot of noises. Yeah, like you must be dreaming or something. No, but even like last night and stuff, Daddy and I heard you. I'm like, can you hear him? He was like, yep.
I learned how to fight, I learned how to swim, and I will never go anywhere without my survival tactics. I even made poison tip bullets just like Jaws too. What else? You're a liar that's one quick.
Let's follow the money and see where this tale is going to end up. Robert played football at Auburn University and briefly even for the Atlanta Falcons in 2009 before he was cut his first year. These days, Robert is Senior Vice President of Senior Life Insurance Company, according to the company's website. And Robert is now private on Instagram, and he's likely thanking God that he's even alive, that he survived this sinister plot to take him off the planet, allegedly by his wife and her boyfriend. So Robert's dad, Alan Shiver, was CEO of Flowers Foods for 40 years before stepping down in 2019 from the bakery that's worth more than $5 billion. We know where Robert's money came from. Lindsay may have come from money too. idyllic Instagram, social media didn't give any hints of trouble in paradise, at least according to Lindsay's Instagram. On March 6, 2020, Lindsay wrote on Instagram, "The key to a perfect marriage is having two imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other." That was a quote from somewhere else. But she wrote, "So thankful for that fitness class 13 years ago that brought us together.
Anybody saying
and all
anything?
of the love, laughter, and life we have created ever since. I love you, babe. Cheers to many more." Champagne glasses, and she added her husband, Shiver G.
We pay $10 a month for our home internet.
Her Instagram account with
But that
photos and videos
started
of the
when COVID happened and the kids were home, so like they needed internet. So Cox offered us a $10 a month plan and they never changed it. So we've been paying $10 a month for years. And then we have 3 cell phones, Android. We pay $110 a month, unlimited everything.
Crying laughing emoji, just kidding, 6 feet under, hashtag though, full time. But these jokes would kind of turn real, apparently in Lindsay's mind, according to Cox.
But we've had our service with them for a long time, so we get like certain deals, I guess. Like normally it would be $120 a month, but because we always pay on time and stuff, they knocked it down to $110.
It's really envious, it seemed, her life. By June of 2023, Lindsay was busy on Instagram liking some of the posts from a place called Grabber's Bar, the same bar and grill in Great Guana Cay, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Bahamas, that the 28-year-old Terrence Adrian Bethel promoted on social media. So I assume Terrence, her 28-year-old boyfriend, worked there. Was this the same Oceanside location where Terrence and Lindsay first hooked up? Celebrities can even be seen visiting the bar. There's photos of like Nick Jonas, along with raucous vacationers enjoying drinks and music and everything.
Who do you get your cell phone service through, Tara?
A source familiar with the investigation said the Shivers have a home in the Bahamas where Lindsay first began an affair with Terrence.
Yeah, we don't have cable, Janet. We just have internet, and then we have Netflix and Hulu, Discovery Plus, that kind of stuff.
County Superior Court does indeed show a dissolution divorce separate maintenance petition filing on April 5th, 2023 for the Shivers, and many other entries follow over the next few months, including the defendant's motion to attach plaintiff for contempt, a notice of hearing, and notices of depositions and rescheduling. This indeed was a nasty divorce in the making. I was trying to get more paperwork, but Fox News ended up getting the real goods, the real scoop. But perhaps that's one reason why Lindsay allegedly decided to just skip the divorce altogether and do away with Robert for good. However, right now, a divorce is likely the least of Lindsay's.
Yeah, Tara, we all want to know where you get your cell phone service is, that we can get that. I hope it's not prepaid cards though, because I don't like that. Any prepaid card where you have to go in and buy a card and then like type in a number or something, you know what I mean? Even though we have Metro PCS, so you know it's prepaid, but it's just like a monthly bill we pay, you know.
Decisions that could cost you your life. Whether you like it or not, you are in this race.
But my mother has one of those ones, and my mother-in-law, where they gotta go and buy cards to put minutes on their phones.
Why wait, Massachusetts? Shop now and seize the summer. At Raymore and Flanagan, you can save.
Actually, I don't think my mother has that anymore. I think she's on my brother's bill.
And save more than twice the Massachusetts sales tax. Take advantage of financing options that fit your budget with no interest financing for up to 72 months with equal payments. Why wait? Quality furniture in stock and delivered to your home in 3 days or less. Hurry in. Save double the tax now at Raymore and Flanagan.
the real Lindsay. Facebook rumors are claiming that the
Oh,
house in the
Boost
Bahamas
Mobile.
has
Yeah.
extensive cameras throughout because Robert's parents own that home, reportedly not Lindsay and Robert. And Robert's dad suffers from some sort of dementia, allegedly. So the house is surveilled 24 hours a day with video recording just in case of an emergency. Lindsay allegedly got drunk or high enough one night that she brought her Bahamian lover back to that house and proceeded to reportedly, allegedly, this is all rumors, do some very graphic things with him that were captured on video. Robert apparently allegedly saw these recorded video activities and showed them not only to the judge, but to Lindsay's parents as well. Based on how this case breaks down, we'll be able to verify if these rumors are ultimately true. But prior to this event, Lindsay's parents had been giving her supposedly a sizable monthly allowance. So I've heard her parents
How
have
about
money.
the ergo file? Oh, buff blast.
Once they saw the video of her activities, Lindsay then devised a scheme allegedly to lure Robert down to join her at the house in Baker's Bay under the guise of the pretense of wanting to work their marriage out. But that's where she had planned to have her husband taken off the planet. Thank the Lord, by then, cops in the Bahamas had accidentally uncovered this sinister plot of Lindsay to have Robert X'd out, and they were able to warn Robert and get to him before the plan could be carried out. I don't know how Lindsay and her Bahama boyfriend and his friend were planning to get rid of Robert, but Lindsay was allegedly in a desperate financial state, in fear of losing her kids, and that's why she created this horrible scheme. Apparently, Facebook rumors say she's well known by a group of bartenders as a woman always wanting to party and looking for a good time. Terrence isn't the only one, someone wrote. And you do see her liking to party, and she has these hats with telling sayings on them, misbehaving and all that. But Lindsay's bragging would come to an end. Lindsay orchestrated a plan to murder her estranged husband with Terrence, and the lovers enlisted the help of an alleged hitman. His name is Farron Newbold Jr., 28 years old, according to authorities. So this is what the documents say. On July 16th, 2023, at Abaco, while being together, did, with a common purpose, agree to commit an offense, namely the murder of Richard Shiver, a police report said. So police discovered the plan, oddly enough, as they were investigating reports of a burglary at the Travers Bar and Grill.
All right, let me find a buffer.
They found WhatsApp messages on the phone of the suspect which detailed this murder plot. It's crazy how people do that. Lindsay, Terrence, and Farron were all later arrested and flown to Nassau, where they were put into.
That's a lot, Janet. 265 for 3 lines.
In Guana Cay, which is where Baker's Bay is. It's gorgeous, oh my goodness. And they were flown into Nassau to be charged, which is where we see the video of the culprits walking with authorities.
Janet, that's a lot of money. You can get way better deals. Take your phones to Metro PCS. They merged with T-Mobile. And I'm telling you, you can get, if you want new phones, they'll give you new phones with your trade-in. I mean, you'll have to pay for service, but you'll save so much money. We've gotten a bunch of people to switch to Metro because the deals are so good.
Of Guana Cay, Abaco, and suspected hitman Farron Newbold Jr., 28 of the Bahamas. Police in the Bahamas say they uncovered this plot on July 16th while they were searching the phone and social media app of a suspected burglar. So even though the newspapers are saying the Shivers have a home in the Bahamas where Lindsay.
All right, let's clean these nails with some alcohol and then figure out the nail art.
The articles have it wrong. The house in the Bahamas belongs to Robert's parents, which would make sense. I mean, they probably have properties all over the world with that.
You've just been giving me the most difficulty lately. Nail art.
But upon Robert finding out again about the affair,
Yeah, that's what they look like.
that's when Lindsay and
I think I'm gonna stamp, like I said, I had some napkins over here. I gotta go get some. Let me find the image I want. I'm looking for like a, I'm looking for a palm tree that I'm gonna put in the corner here on the sand.
Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley on Friday. So what's next for Lindsay? According to Lindsay's attorney, Reckley is not authorized to grant her bail. Of course, they wanted to get bail. To receive bail, Lindsay will have to apply with the Supreme Court in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Therefore, authorities are currently holding Lindsay, Bethel, and Newbold Jr. in jail. They were not required to enter a plea, and they are currently being held in jail until they return to court on October 5th.
I guess I'll use
footage in the Bahamas in the courtroom. Lindsay's most recent
this one
Instagram
right
post
here.
was on April 9th.
Let me just go grab paper towels, napkins, something like that.
Robert Shiver name tag and your 3 boys captioned, "He is risen" for Resurrection Sunday. Now, as it stands today, the Bahamian Embassy in Nassau did not confirm or deny if it is involved in the case, referring a News 4 question to the Bahama Court News article, which reports that 3 suspects face 30 to 60 years in prison. My goodness, if she got 30 years, she wouldn't be out until she's 66.
Wipes, clean the image. I also got a new stamper I haven't used yet. Got it from Temu. I'll show it to you guys.
Conversations allegedly revealed the TL's plans to get rid of Robert. Is not quite ironic. It's like the Lord led.
Looks pretty cool.
Find something so much.
Quite large.
Were denied bail on the murder conspiracy charge after they appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley on
see how it
July
works.
28th. So that was just Friday.
Get it in
Their
there.
legal team filed an urgent bail application in an attempt.
And then, I guess we'll do them. Should I do them black or brown? I mean,
Lindsay displayed on her private jets and her pool house in her home. However, the application was denied because the prosecution is objecting to their release, and none of the accused are sick, none of them are juveniles, none of them are elderly.
I'll just do them black.
None of them are pregnant. Lindsay might want to get pregnant.
I was thinking of trying to do brown and green, but I don't think it will go as well with the colors here, so I'm just going to stick with black. I need a scraper though. There we go.
I lay down and slept safely. I awakened, for the Lord sustains me.
What happened?
What a crazy case this is. I feel this one's going to go.
Someone's texting her. I would report that, Janet.
It's just so sad.
Oh my God. Report it to the police. They have a whole online crimes type thing, you know. Okay, I have the Beachy brand. I've looked for them on Instagram and I can't find them. So I don't think they have an account. If anybody knows, let me know.
Some people are saying it's just the bulldog ways of her attorney. I don't know if that's true or not.
Brandis, how are you today?
Suffered abuse. But no matter what happened, if Lindsay is guilty of what she's being accused of, literally plotting to get rid of her husband. Once again, here we are, another woman, I'm thinking of Corey Richens' case too.
That didn't pick up fully.
Young dad plotting to take him off the
Try
earth,
again.
whereas in Corey's case, unfortunately, it wasn't caught before it happened. She's standing trial eventually for aggravated murder of Eric Richens. Took the dad away allegedly from his 3 boys. At least in Lindsay and Robert's case, the plan was foiled. And so Robert is safe, the boys are safe, but imagine the emotions of their mom being taken away from them by her own design, her own bad choices.
Perfect.
They have their dad and extended family to just live out the rest of this life with if Lindsay is indeed found guilty. And the young men as well who got involved and probably saw stars. It looks so gorgeous when you're watching her videos or just videos of the area and the partying and the
like that? Is that all right?
all of all that glitters isn't gold. It's just better to be bored like one Holocaust survivor. I will always remember her saying, better to have just a boring night at home, than to endure anything worse. And I think of Lindsay's life now and what led her down that dark.
Take a look at these stickers.
She portrayed herself as this Trump-loving Christian Republican woman with all this money and beauty and fun times and fun drinks and travel and extravagant lifestyle. And now look at her. She's in jail in the Bahamas. Will she be extradited here?
I like this small one here.
Of the Bahamas and figure out. I hope we get to see it in court. I hope it moves along quickly. I hope we get to see the trial. I hope there's justice here. It's a very sad case.
This will have to.
I hate to
Whoops.
see it in such a destructive way. A family broken apart. Thank God Robert's life was saved and spared. The young men involved too, likely falling for the gold and the glitter and the promise of riches and whatever. And now their lives too. Young men are
And
also
trim the excess. Hopefully it's enough for the next now.
on Terrence's Facebook, he's getting lit up with comments like bad stuff. We'll follow this case. We'll keep following Lindsay's case, Corey's case, all these cases. Unfortunately,
So this is what we got so far.
Cases where this kind of craziness is happening, but what it can
I don't think this is gonna
on
fit.
this side of things is to stay away from all evil. Just no matter what's happening, don't look for pleasure in too much drinking or illicit drugs or affairs or trying to walk in the path of the wicked. And you see, it's really true. The wisdom of Psalms, the wisdom of Proverbs, how walking down that dark path can really lead you in a bad place. But by now, if Lindsay is really a faithful woman, she can tell some truth and she can serve out her time, found guilty, and show some remorse and be contrite.
Alright, I gotta get this off.
Here and everywhere. Thank you so much for watching.
Let's see what else we got. Well, that one should work. Some of them are like really thick, but I'm looking for like thinner foam.
Online programs have it all, including industry certifications.
I think this one should work.
Degree plus certs. I choose WGU.
Serial killers have always captivated our curiosity, while simultaneously intriguing us and horrifying us. We try to understand their lives and uncover the motives behind their heinous crimes. While some killers crave public attention and leave behind eerie signatures, there are others who fly under the radar, hiding their true identities and their gruesome acts, sometimes forever. These elusive predators don't care about fame or being noticed, which actually makes them even scarier. They can carry out their sick fantasies without anyone suspecting a thing, leaving their victims and crimes seemingly unconnected. So in this video,
Trim the excess here. I'll show you what they look like.
Story of a serial killer who would have never been caught if it wasn't for a few tiny mistakes.
Oh my God,
this is the story of Israel Keys, who lived a double life and was one of the darkest and most dangerous predators that no one even knew existed. Hey guys, I'm Annie Elise.
How's that, you guys?
Let's jump.
I don't know if I like this one because there's more gold up here.
Alright guys,
My goal is to remove it without ruining it.
Most of my loyal viewers already know about this service and why I am absolutely obsessed and love Magellan TV, but let me break it down for you if you're new here.
Yeah,
I messed it up all the time. I'm obsessed.
But look at this one down here.
Literally, I was a tiny baby channel in 2020, and I am obsessed with them through and through. They are a documentary streaming service. Now, this week, I watched a documentary called My Dad's on Death Row. This documentary was made with unrestricted access to a Texas prison and is about a pair of its most notorious inmates and the effects that their sentence has had on their daughters. It is so fascinating. So let me give you the skinny on Magellan. Magellan TV adds 15 to 20 hours of new content every single week, so true crime fans will never run out of something to watch. There are new docuseries like this one added every single week, and they have all different genres, all different things you can watch, whether you're like a history buff, you want to know about astronauts, you
Maybe
wanna know about
not.
superheroes. It is just like
I
a
gotta find a
mecca
good
of
one.
all things. And Magellan TV
Let's
is
try
the
over
best
here.
value of any premium documentary.
Maybe I
TV
do
service
want
for
something a
price
little
and
thicker than what I
quality.
just cut out.
Trust me, I've tried them all.
Let's try
With
this.
Magellan, 4K is always
Sorry, I'm being picky, but I want it to look a certain way, you know.
Zero. Magellan is so amazing too that they are giving you a free month trial. All you have to do is go to the link in my description, and then bam, you are hooked up, and you've got a free month of amazing true crime documentaries. So go watch and thank me later. Let me know what's in your queue, what you're watching, so I know what to put on my TV later this week when I order my froyo, throw my fuzzy socks on, and I'm like ready to watch.
All right.
Go, go, go. Check it out now.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
18-year-old Samantha
Got a little
Tesla
extra I
Koenig
gotta
was
cut
born on
off.
August 30th, 1990.
So this went into Annie Elise right now. I'm not sure the name of this one. I haven't looked yet.
She was the only daughter of 6 children and was truly a daddy's girl because of this. Her dad called her Honey Bunny and said that she was just a hilarious person who would snort
See what it's
whenever
about.
something was really funny, which I can relate to because I am a snorter.
Robber,
Samantha was one of
arsonist,
those girls who
kidnapper,
everyone
and
thought
serial
of as their
killer.
best friend.
And then it says the disturbing, and I don't see anything after that. Okay. Oh, I paused it.
She loved fishing,
Let's
animals, and
throw a
music,
couple of
photography,
these
writing poetry,
charms
and
on. I think we can use
Samantha was
those.
divorced at a young age, and after high school, she was living in a home that
Whoopsie.
she shared with her father and her boyfriend, Dwayne. She had dreams of one day joining the Navy to become a nurse, but for the time being, she had just been working at a local Subway right before getting a job as a barista at a small coffee kiosk called Common Grounds.
Oh,
In
that's a good
Alaska, there were
idea.
several little coffee shops like this, where people would just walk up or drive through to get coffee.
That's a good idea,
Some states would have
Brandis.
these little types of buildings for things like snow cones or ice creams, just like these little tiny shops. Samantha was a dependent and reliable worker here. She was always on time. She always made sure that the shop was cleaned and ready for the next person. And even though she'd only been working there for about 7 weeks, her regular customers really liked her and loved her friendly attitude. Like most young couples, Samantha and Dwayne got into their fair share of
Can you go to a private
did
nursing
love each other,
company,
and
or are
they
they
made
just
their
all
relationship
full?
work. Dwayne would usually drop off and pick up Samantha at Common Grounds so that he could use her truck while she was working, or if the weather was really bad so that she didn't have to drive. So on February 1st, 2012, Samantha and Dwayne had been bickering through some text messages while Samantha was on her shift at work. But Dwayne was still going to pick her up when she got off work. However, someone arrived at the shop before Dwayne, and he'd be the one to give her a ride. But it wouldn't be to take Samantha home.
All right, let's see.
Working family.
I'm going to put a seashell down near the bottom here. Or a starfish.
I wanted to finish my degree to show my daughters that a college degree matters. Through hard work, it is possible. Now with my degree from CCRI, my career can really take off.
Just before 8 p.m., a customer approached the window of the Common Grounds shop. They were wearing a mask, which wasn't uncommon because it was freezing cold during the winter in Alaska. So he ordered some coffee, and Samantha turned to fix his order. When she turned back around, the customer was pointing a gun at her and told her to turn off the lights.
Add the little starfish. There.
Panic button near the register, but it's unclear whether the customer knew about it and threatened her not to press it.
I think I'll put one clamshell on the other now.
In this state of fear. He told her that it was a robbery, and he jumped through the window of the shop, stuffed Samantha's mouth full of
Get a little
napkins,
clamshell.
and bound her hands
These ones are
with zip
cute.
ties. He forced her to exit the coffee shop next. Samantha was terrified and confused, but the man assured her that he was only after money and not to worry. Samantha actually broke free for a moment and started to run away, but the man, who was over 6 feet tall, was able to catch up to her and tackled her to the ground before pulling her into his truck. The man told Samantha that this was going to be a kidnap for ransom situation.
Okay.
And that if she did what he said, she wouldn't get hurt. Samantha told the man that her family didn't have any money, and he told her
That's
not to
all I'm
worry
gonna
about that,
do.
because the community would raise the money for her in no time. Samantha knew that she was in trouble, but she had no idea that the person that she was with was far more sinister than your typical kidnapper. The person who had kidnapped Samantha was named Israel Keys, and collecting a ransom was only the beginning of his plan. Israel had a long history of kidnapping, harming people, and even murder. Years before Israel had kidnapped
Just looking to see if I have any
others,
striping tape that would match, but I don't really see
decided
anything.
to let her go. Whether or not Samantha would get that lucky was yet to be seen. To understand how Israel Keys was able to become one of the most secretive,
I think I'm gonna do some kind of a little half circle of shells or something on my pancake.
childhood. Heidi Hackinson and John Keys met in Torrance, California as teenagers. They were both raised in the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or the FLDS for short. Now, FLDS is a radical polygamist sect that split off from the modern Mormon Church. FLDS is most commonly associated with its leader, Warren Jeffs, a self-proclaimed prophet who was put in prison for assaulting children in a sexual nature and for being extremely inappropriate with them and forcing child marriages. I actually did a video not long ago about this entire fundamentalist group and Warren Jeffs and Samuel Bateman, so I will link that in the description for you and include the thumbnail here so that you can take a look for it, and it really gives a breakdown of like what this group and religion is all about. So like many members of this church, Heidi and John began looking for a potential spouse at a relatively young age. After they met, Heidi and John got married in their early 20s, but they both struggled with feeling attached to the FLDS faith. They longed for something more intense, I guess you could say, which would have to be pretty intense considering the religion that they were already practicing. John and Heidi would often sit around and discuss ideas together that definitely went against the mainstream. They together decided that they didn't want the government interfering with the lives of their future children, and they thought that the best way to do this would be to raise their children in nature. They decided to move to Utah, and Heidi soon gave birth to their first child, and she gave birth at home and unassisted. Since their first child's birth went well, they decided that unassisted home births were the way that they would have all of their children going forward. Many parents
I think I'm
all
gonna take
over the
these
world,
off. I don't
even in
like them.
America, opt for home births.
The gold doesn't really go good with my champagne gold, huh?
Or someone experienced with birthing to help and to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Another unconventional and possibly even illegal choice was that they didn't get any of their children's birth certificates, social security cards, or any records you normally get.
It's pretty rough now.
Parents who choose home birth are still required to register the births of their babies within 10 days. But John and Heidi didn't really care about that legal requirement.
Alright, I guess I'm leaving the pinky alone.
Israel Keys was born on January 7th, 1978 in Richmond.
I think I'm just gonna leave it like this.
Israel ended up being the oldest boy in the family.
Do you guys think it looks okay?
Siblings named America, Hosanna, Ezra, Elijah, Charity.
Should I stamp anything on the thumb or pinky, or just leave it?
Heidi and John decided that they didn't want their children to be exposed to any secular outside influences. So to help with this, Heidi began homeschooling the children.
A jumping spider? What's that, like one of those things you hang in your doorway?
To check on the children. You can imagine that since none of the kids had any records, the CPS workers had a lot of questions for Heidi and John.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna activate all the nails. The stamping polish is definitely dry, so it's fine.
When Israel was 5 years
Did pick up a little bit of the black, but
Heidi and John decided to move the family to Washington.
I'm just gonna do everything with dip liquid today.
In a city community called Colville, and John planned on building the family a cabin by hand for them all to live in. So all 12 family members stayed in a tent while in Washington. John and Heidi started looking for a new church that aligned more with
I
their
like how the
core
nails
ideas.
are different, you know what I mean? Like there's a different amount of sand and water on them.
Christian identity
Gives it a little bit
which
more
notoriously
interest
is
than
white supremacy.
same
The church
design
they
on
chose
every
was
nail.
called the Christian Israel Covenant Church, and then later another extremist church called the Ark. Members who have gotten away from these church groups say that
A hole was trying to land on your head.
and very difficult to get out of. Now, during all of this, John was often too busy to work on the cabin, whether it be from doing odd jobs in town, hunting for food, or spending.
Is Tom
time
at
in the
work right
woods
now, Brenda?
hiding, praying. Eventually, when Israel got a little older, he began working on the cabin, and has said that it was he and a neighbor who ended up finishing
Make
it
sure
for
my
his family. The cabin didn't
free
have
edges are
electricity,
smooth because I
running
didn't
water,
file
or even a
them. But
bathroom,
yeah, they
and it
are.
was all only one room.
I'm gonna
for
be
all of the
gentle
family
wiping
members to
these
sleep
because of
together.
the
But it was better
nail
than the tent that
charms.
they had lived in prior for nearly 7 years. The children weren't allowed to watch TV, listen to the radio, or hang out with any other children besides kids from church. John taught his sons how to hunt for food, and Israel became particularly good at this at a very young age. From a young age, he was able to sit completely still for
All right,
hours in the woods
it's top coat.
until prey crossed his path. Israel spent a lot of time.
Oh, okay. That's cool. He works from home. I
They were
wish Nick
actually pretty well known
they
in
would
their own
do that for him.
The Keys
Let
family,
him work from
ironically,
home.
lived next to the Kehoes, whose sons, Chevy and Shane, would become two of the most devoted and famous members of the Aryan People's Republic, which is a white supremacist organization. They were involved in a string of burglaries, shootings, and the murder of 3 people, including an 8-year-old child back in the early 90s. And they are currently serving sentences between 25 years.
So if you are gonna, you know, use dip top coat over charms like this or whatever, just be careful, you know, go around them, make sure you get all the sides around it.
He began starting fires in the woods, torturing animals, and breaking into houses for fun.
Oh, this episode is on Israel Keys. Remember this guy from like, he was either Cleveland or Cincinnati or something, where he kept all those girls in his house, locked in a room. One of them had his baby. It was like 3 different girls locked up in there together.
So these things were just
Crazy shit. People are nuts.
not for attention from his parents, who were clearly preoccupied with many other
Finish
children.
Manny.
This was all for his own
That light
sick,
help.
twisted pleasure. At 14 years old,
What do you
Israel
guys
looked
think?
more like a young man than a child. This was due to him already standing 6 feet 2 inches tall.
I wonder if I should use my teal sleeve. It might be too dark. I think it'll work. Of course, I could do black or white.
This school year, speak your mind.
Shoot for the stars and find your people.
Thank you, Patty.
It was then that he started making money by selling items, including guns.
Your daughter wants one what?
There was one occasion when he and a group of other kids were.
Thank you so much. Tara, what does your daughter want? And that's what you're getting her for her birthday. You talking about Thea?
This was hilarious. But the other kids didn't feel
When you tagged her on your post saying wishing her a happy birthday, I went to her page and saw all her different hair colors and stuff. Super cool. I used to shave the sides and back of my head when I was in high school. My mother freaked out on me the first time when I came home with it like that. She hated it. She hated everything I did that like made me unique. I was the weirdo. My sister was like this beautiful girl. Dumb as a rock, but It didn't matter. Looks were more important to my mother than brains. I guess
During
at
this
that
time,
point.
Israel started to become a little bit more rebellious toward his parents and started to feel
Oh
resentful
wow,
for not
Tara.
being able to do things that the other
Oh, the
teenagers
jumping
could do.
spider. What is it?
Even most of the other
Is it
teenagers
something you
started to
ride,
either leave
or
him
is it a
to
toy?
or they
I'm
would
so
leave him.
confused. I have no idea
They
what
were
a
never
jumping
allowed to watch
spider is.
movies, learn a musical instrument, and Israel never had even seen a baseball or a football game. So he decided to tell
But if
his
your
parents
daughter
that they
wants one, it
didn't
must be
think
something
they
for an
actually
adult,
wanted
right?
because he felt like the only thing their churches were doing was controlling him. Now, his parents basically shunned him right then and there when they heard this. He was kicked out of their house, and his father told all of his siblings not to speak with him ever again. This was actually very upsetting to Israel, who loved his siblings and was especially close to his sisters. And while his parents were out in the woods for hours at a time, Israel actually
He's
became
away.
another caretaker to his younger siblings. He learned to brush and braid his sister's hair, cook for them, and after he got kicked out, one of his sisters even made him promise that he would come back and get her one day. Israel did keep minimal contact with his mother, but not speaking to his father was something that weighed heavily on him, even though he wasn't the most nurturing
It's
or
a
loving
spider
man.
that jumps.
So in order to get as
A
far
real
as
one or a
possible
fake
from his
one? A
oppressive
fake one, I'm
religion,
assuming,
he
right?
decided to not only denounce Christianity, but he also became
I'm
interested
hoping
in
it's a fake
Satanism
one.
as well. At 17 years old, Israel would commit his first major violent offense against a young girl. He did this at a local river near where he was living in Oregon at the time. He had been to that river several times, and
Ooh,
he ended up in a
Oregon.
small, secluded bathroom, like the kind that you might see
Israel
at a
Keys
campground
used to
or
live in
in a park.
Oregon.
It was just a one-stall bathroom, and he planned on finding someone to take inside of there to hurt. And there were a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers and families tubing down the river, and Israel hid in some bushes near a bend where he would be able to separate someone from their group. He waited until he saw a group of teenagers, and there was one girl in the back, trailing behind the line of her friends' tubes. As the rest of the group turned around the bend in the river, they would have been briefly out of view of their friend, who was then suddenly snatched by Israel. He put his hand over her mouth and told her to be quiet, while he drug her along to that secluded bathroom.
All
He tied
right.
her up, and the girl,
I
who
think
was
we're
somewhere
dry. We
between
are.
17 and 18 years old at the time, talked to him like normal. She told him that he was good looking and asked why he was doing all of this, because if he had just probably asked her
I
out,
want to use
he
my
would have probably gone
meditate
out with her.
cuticle oil
But
today.
Israel wasn't interested
I've
in
been,
going out with this girl. He told her
you
to
know,
be
still
quiet
doing my
because he
yoga,
wasn't
but
being
I'm
drunk.
really
As he
focusing
chased
on
her
like
around
the
there after
breathing
they left
aspect
school,
of it
all while
and just
Israel
deep
was tying her
breathing
up
in
to
general to
handcuffs
help
in the
with my
bathroom, he
anxiety.
ultimately ended up
So
inappropriately
let's go with
assaulting
a
her.
soothing,
And after that,
calming
Israel
scent,
just kept talking.
like
Israel would
meditate.
later say that it was
This is
like she
from
must
Dip
have had
With
something
Me,
happen
and
like
you
this
can
to her
save
before
there with
and just
code
bizarrely didn't seem phased by it.
Tara15.
However, it's also possible that this girl was just
Did anybody miss the Hypnotic Nails unboxing that I did? And do you want to see it before I end the live? It's a new collection. There's a couple collections releasing this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. There's also a 25% off site-wide sale starting on Saturday, which is August 5th. And if you spend $40 more, you get a free jar of the 3-year anniversary dip, because this is the 3rd year that August is 3 years that Hypnotic Nails has been in business. So, you can also buy the anniversary dip, individually.
At 20 years old, Israel joined the U.S. Army in 1998.
I wouldn't be touching it either. No way. Dominic asked for that, I'd say no. All right. I do think I'm going to go with the teal
During all of this, Israel had
sleeve.
still been continuing the relationship with his girlfriend, even after being basically shunned. However, she told him that she wasn't willing to wait for him in the military, so they broke up. During basic training, Israel was found to be very athletic. highly intelligent, proficient in survival techniques, and other skills that he had learned from growing up off the grid, and basically
And let's see about
his parents were irate about their son joining the army, since they despised anything
I guess I
government,
should do.
anything
Ooh,
military,
I got that moon dust
no one showed up for his graduation,
mermaid
although
ring. Let
even though
me
he
use
was the top
that.
of his class, and he was said to be
I have wave rings,
and was able to utilize all of his hunting
and I have a
skills,
clamshell
and
ring,
self-taught
but
handiwork.
they're silver.
During
I think I have a
college,
gold
he ended up
wave ring.
exploring the world
Oh, this
with
is
his
silver
brother,
too.
and during his time off, he especially enjoyed being introduced to partying and drinking. He actually turned into a pretty heavy drinker rather
I guess
quickly.
even though
He
there's
enjoyed
gold
meeting
in
sex
this,
workers and
I
partaking
think I'm
in
gonna
anything
use
and
silver
everything that
jewelry.
he had been shielded from during his entire childhood. He ended up getting arrested and charged with a DUI while in the army. But since it was his only infraction on his criminal record, he was able to remain in the service. Former friends that he made in the
I gotta
army
put
said
something
that
on
Israel
this.
had a
It's too
quiet demeanor and a habit of keeping to
small.
himself. But he was a cool guy who was good
Let's
at his
put one of
job.
these little
And when they
adjustable
asked him what planet he had grown up
things
on that
on
had
it.
been so sheltered, he would just tell them that he used to be Amish because it was easier than explaining whatever his family actually was and what they had gone through. However, they must not have been aware that Israel wasn't always the quiet, nice guy that he seemed to be. He traveled
Alright,
all over the
come
world
on.
and spent a lot of time in Egypt, and ironically, Israel. It was in these two places that he attempted to commit 2 more attacks against women. Even
Having a
though he
hard
was
time.
still
Let me try
committing
from this
horrible
side.
acts, traveling did open up Israel's worldview and pushed him further away from his parents' belief system. After Israel returned to the U.S., he was stationed at Fort Hood in Texas and then Fort Lewis in Washington. During this time, Israel had a couple casual relationships before he decided to reach back out to his ex-girlfriend from his
Alright,
teenage years.
I'm just gonna deal
He
with
ended up
it
engaging
like
in a
it is
relationship, and
today. I'll just
Israel
make it
actually
work.
ended up proposing to her.
Alright, here is
So
our
he might have the
finished
same beliefs
Manny
that he
using
previously
Luxie
held.
Nails
He had no
Alcoholic
idea
and
about
First
all of these
Class.
extra
They're both
curricular
available now.
activities that
The wave
Israel liked
stickers
to
I got from
participate in.
Temu.
As far as she knew, Israel had the same
The
values
little
as her because they
seashells
were
are
really into
from
marriage and
Amazon. You
and
can
all of
save
those
at
other
Luxie
top
now
tier
with my
lines.
code
She likely thought Israel was being
Tara15.
sweet and respectful since he was willing to wait
Thank
so
you
long
guys for being
for other
here.
reasons that Israel
Well, we
didn't
did
mind.
our Manny
Little did she
for
know,
Together We Manny
Israel
tomorrow.
had still been going down in
I'll
deep
be live
between
tomorrow,
female sex workers.
11
It
a.m.
wasn't that he
Have a
necessarily
wonderful
identified as
afternoon.
bisexual or
Love
that
you
he had a
all. Bye.
specific sexual orientation. Israel was just eager to try anything in the world that there was to experience. Now, for whatever reason, even though